Like to eat out of the garden?
Tomatoes.
Me too. Do you like to eat cucumbers?
Yeah.
Basil?
Yeah.
Corn?
Yeah.
Let's make a tomato bread salad then. If you've been following my own edible garden on Weelicious lately, you know that the kids and I have been in the garden learning how to grow things from seed to plant and finally getting to enjoy everything. And one of the most incredible experiences of this is watching them pick all of the tomatoes, cucumbers, basil, corn, and I'm actually overrun with all of these things. So I wanted to make something that was perfect for a party, so we've got some friends coming over that the kids would love and the adults would love. So I'm making a tomato bread salad, and it is so fresh and delicious. So to start, what I did was I took some bread and I cubed it, put a little bit of olive oil, and toasted it in a 400-degree oven till it made these delicious, crusty, crunchy croutons. You can use any kind of bread you like, but I tend to like a ciabatta or a French bread because it's got that nice outer crunchy crust, and that's what the kids love the most. And then what we're going to do is put it into a big bowl. And this is, when you have day-old bread, this is a great use for it because the kids love that. And one of the other things is if you have extra, you can just make croutons because I find this to be a great snack. So we've got that, and then I'm going to dump in heirloom tomatoes. These are heirloom cherry tomatoes because, again, my kids personally love cherry tomatoes, but you can use regular big beautiful heirloom tomatoes because we've got tons growing in the garden, all these different colors and like Cherokee purples. They're like unbelievably sweet. And then I've got cucumbers from the garden. You could use Persian, English, any kind you want. If you don't like the skin, peel it off. If you don't like the seeds, take them out. But any kind of cucumbers the way that you like it. I've got some red onion. And then I've got Chloe's favorite, some olives. She loves black olives, and we get these at our farmer's market from this Middle Eastern guy that has the most delicious olives ever. You can use black olives or green olives, but I think that the Kalamata black olives are better. And then the fresh basil. It smells, oh, it's heaven. I wish you could smell this. It's unbelievable. And what I'm going to show you how to do is a chiffonade. And a chiffonade is basically a fancy word of saying sliced. And what you do is layer the basil like this on top of each other, and then you're just gonna roll it up until it's like a tight cylinder. And you're gonna take a chef's knife and just go like this. And what you're doing is making these beautiful ribbons of basil that are gonna go right into the salad, like this. All right, and then here's a really awesome trick. Take some corn, and this is one thing that it wouldn't necessarily be in a traditional tomato bread salad, also called a panzanella, but I have a lot of corn. I find that the kids love the sweetness of the corn. You don't even have to cook this. Just put it right in raw. And the reason I like to put the cob right into a big bowl is when you're cutting it off the cob, you don't have to worry about corn flying everywhere because it makes a great big mess. But you could also, if you didn't have corn, you could use frozen corn that's cooked. No big deal. Let's cut it right off. And look at this. It's just, I mean, how much do you love like the summery flavors that come from a salad like this? And a little bit goes a long way. So especially when you're having a party, it's nice to serve because when you're feeding a crowd and you're not exactly sure how many people are going to show up, it's perfect. Okay, I'm going to add about 2 more tablespoons of olive oil, and you could just you don't have to be so specific about it. If you want a little more oil, a little more. You want a little bit less, a little less. And then this is balsamic. My father-in-law actually got this for me from a farmer's market here. It's sort of reduced balsamic, but you could use white or black, dark balsamic. I'm going to add a little extra because I like that sweetness from the balsamic. But you could also use a sherry vinegar or red wine vinegar, anything you like. And then of course we need, what am I missing? I'm missing a sprinkling of salt to just brighten the flavors. And that's it. I mean, come on, how much easier could that be for a summer salad? And it can sit for an hour because the flavor is just going to get better and better, or you could even serve it immediately to your guests. This is one, I actually served this to some kids recently at a dinner party that I had for kids. They were just a big group of kids, and they loved it. They ate it all up, and I don't know, I'm always excited when other kids come over. I know what my kids like, but I don't necessarily know what other kids like, and it's fun to see when they enjoy something like this. I'm gonna take a great big bite. Hear that? I want to hear that crunch of the bread, so you can hear how yummy. That's just basically a mouthful of summer, right there. Yeah, everyone's gonna like this. For more fast, fresh, and easy recipes like this check out Weelicious.com.